Good, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And the market has played out as I said. Uh, we were waiting for that drop, but finally it's happened. But I'm hoping you're all good. If you shorted the market, you are quite in gains from the last session we did, from the pro level of 22,000, I think so, $500 to now $20,500. So I'm hoping you've all been well. I've been well myself. Uh, just enjoying the bit of some weekend because there's less volatility in the weekend. And we continue from Monday to Friday as usual until the market dynamics changes. So I'd like us to start with we've had the FAD globally. Sri Lanka government was able to be overthrown by their own citizens. Number two that we're also having is the gas oil, the natural gas. If you can read through the article over here, yeah. Germany braces for nightmare of Russian gas off track. So let me cancel this a bit. So Germany is bracing itself for a potentially permanent halt to the flow of the Russian gas from Monday when maintenance works begins on the Nord Stream 1 pipeline that brings the fuel to the Europe's larger economy via the Baltic Sea. You can see what's happening within the Russia and the European Union. So they're having issues with gas. So Russia might stop supplying gas to the European Union. That's quite bearish sentiments over there in the markets. And if you can check over at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is forming a nice red candle. This is a nice red candle that Bitcoin is forming within the 1 hour time frame. Are you going to test the 19K zones? Is 19K coming? Okay, is 19K coming? That's the question. I'm sure everyone will want to ask me, are you going to 19K? Okay, possibly not, but you'll have to look at it together to see if you can drop further down. But this was expected in the market. You can see SP 500 is down negative 1.18%. We are having Dow Jones dropping a negative 0.5%, and then you're having Nasdaq dropping negative 2.09%. Quite bullish trends today in the markets, and I'm happy for that. So book your profits. Remember to pay yourself from the 22K level to the 20K. I think that's a 10% decrease. If on a leverage of 2x, you're on a 20%. 3x, you're on a leverage of 30%. So just remember to pay yourself. Pay yourself. That's all you need to know. So we begin with the trades that I want to talk about. And we'll start with Bitcoin as usual. 20,283. Nice dropping. It's dropping quite fast. It's dropping quite fast. Nice one. Nice candle. So okay, nice. It needs to retest the $19,869 level. $19,869 level is the place to look at. It's just the place to look at. 19,869, but 10,251. Okay, it's dropping further. So let's go to our stocks and see what's happening within the stocks. Nice. So we begin. So when the stock was opened just 30 minutes ago, what happened? We were having a nice top hunt. Okay, nice top hunt. What were they do? They're trying to induce you to go to a longer trade. They pumped from this level of 20,400. Okay, they pumped from 20,400 over here, and I'm taking this up. They were pumping from 20,400 to 20,609, and they even touched the 50 exponential moving average, which is $20,719 to $20,800. Then what happened? we got a rejection over here. So it dumped from 20,800 to 20,294. It broke the previous support, in which the support is now the resistant line. So we are heading further down. How much further will you go to today? Within today, it's not known, but you have not yet been oversold within the 15-minute time frame and the 1 hour time frame. Now we move over to the 1 hour time frame. Within the 1 hour time frame, we've also broken our support, which is now our resistance, and you're having that large red vector candle that just dropped from the $20,800 to the price of $20,300, and you're almost being oversold within the 4 hour time frame. So you just had that retest at the 200 EMA, then got rejected, came back down. So which levels am I looking at? What do I mean? The worst case scenario that I can look at today within the markets. What I will expect today, the worst case scenario is on the price of $19,897. $19,897 is the lowest target I'm looking at Bitcoin. You can see you are now feeling this gap over here. And this gap is where some people are saying, oh, we need to fill the CME gap. Who said you have to fill it? You don't have to fill it necessarily. Okay. This gap is what people are talking of. We have to fill this gap. How? This gap. You're talking for us to fill this gap. We are now on the demand zone. Where should we go next when we arrive here? Are we going to stagnate for a while? By stagnating for a while, I mean we'll have that zigzag formation. Or are we pumping back up in the market for us to simply liquidate the shorts, hit the bottom at 19,097, retailers forget to pay themselves, we pump back up even to $22,000. It was just recently that we were heading to 22K. We are hearing the narrative that that was the bottom. We are now going to 28K. What has changed? That's humans' perception in the mind. Huh? That's humans' perception in the mind. You are just lying to yourself. Isn't anything like 28K or 30K. Why? Macro issues, not micro. Macro issues. $19,897 is the target to look at for myself on Bitcoin. On my short position, I was able to take my short position from $22,000 when it was quite high to now the price of 10,341, and I paid myself at the first time that Bitcoin touched. You should have paid yourself as usual. So pay yourself when Bitcoin first touched the 21,264, and then it heads much lower, then short again, then take your profits at 20,607. We broke that resistance. Now we broke that support, which is now a resistance, and now we are testing another support level, which is the 20,364. So if it's completely filled the gap up to 19,897, I'm able to fully close my position from that point. Now I'm going to check Bitcoin within the 1 day time frame. Let's check the 4 hour time frame. Not yet oversold, but looks bearish. Huh? Simply looks bearish within the 4 hour time frame. So still the gap to look at is at $19,897 on Bitcoin. The conversation that you're having within ourselves is something that I'd like us to talk about. We're having issues with Russia. We're having issues with Ukraine. Sri Lanka have already overthrown their government. The ex-prime minister of Japan was assassinated. Boris Johnson just resigned from the UK government. Biden can't control inflation. What else? What else in the markets? Recession everywhere. Everyone is talking about recession. Recession is here with us. Recession is going to come in 2 years. Recession this, recession that. We've all had that. You know. So if with all that fund, I don't think you can expect retailers to come back into the market for us to pump to $28,000 and $25,000 because there isn't much volume in the market to be able to take us from $20,000 to even $35,000. That's a lot of volume that needs to be brought to the market. And I'll be launching a video soon about USDT. There's something that is happening within USDT. I'll be launching a video soon about that. So $19,097 is the target to look at on all time frames within BTC. Worst case scenario that I'm looking on BTC is now at the price of 18,983, where if we head further down to even the price of maybe we break out the lowest point of 17,000, 692, maybe touch $15,000 or $30,000 or $11,000. Who knows? But those are the targets simply to look at within BTC. So I normally move in segments. We need to move slowly by slowly from 22K, 20K, 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 then 19K. What next from there? We need to do analysis. What next from there? Because if you were keen, we broke our bullish trend line over here. Okay, we broke our bullish trend line over there. Then we were not having any bearish divergence, but it was just a bit of some relief. And the same thing over here, we also broke our bullish trend line over here within Bitcoin. Same case scenario. We broke it, we are now heading down. How long will this take? How long are we going to move lower than this? How long? No one knows, but simply a gap to be able to be filled from 18,983 to $20,332. That is on Bitcoin. So you're having the 50 EMA and the 100 EMA trying to converge against each other, and we'll see how that occurs in the future. Then you're heading over to Ethereum. Ethereum now is at 1,131. Yesterday it was just at, I think, on the levels of 1250 to the highest point it was is at 1275. So within Ethereum, it's quite funny because we've had the double top. Okay, you've had the double top. One, two, rejection. Then you're going on a long position at $1,251. Why are you lying to yourself? Did you have any rejection within BTC at that time frame? Let's see. Same thing, double top on Bitcoin. Double top. Double top. You never learn. You'll never, if you went long, you just never learn. That's what you need to know. You never learn the markets. Double top over here within Bitcoin, double top over here within Ethereum. M formation, ladies and gentlemen. M formation. Let's make that M so that can make it clear. I've been saying it all along. M formation. M. M. Okay. So is that M going to complete? Is that M formation going to complete at the price of $909 on Ethereum? Is the price going to complete at what, $17,908? You can see that information. So clearly we're heading back down. So if we can keep these on our 5 Elliott wave segments, we're going to click it in 5. So 0, to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5. Then we'll now be talking of the ABC. So 0, A. Then where will B head over to? Because if the B, okay, I need to get this. If the 5 is greater than the B, it will be a bull trap. But if the B is higher than the 5, it won't be a bull trap. So we'll see where this B goes to. If this B is able to move higher, above $1,280, then I would say we are moving to a nice relief pump. B, then segment C retest. But if you're not able to have the B moving up above this, let's say the B drops to this, you're able to drop maybe to this level, who knows? Able to drop back to this level, then the B is over here and C comes down here. Then what are you talking of? That's not a bull trap. You're moving downwards within the trend in the market. You need to learn the pattern. You need to learn the pattern. You need to see how the market manipulates retail traders, manipulates scalp traders. So Ethereum now has dropped. You are now about to have that completion of the M formation within the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is telling us we're about to have that completion of Ethereum. The question is, where will this A complete? Are we moving back down to this level, $909, or are we moving at the price of 1,053 or 1,023, which is the target to look at on Ethereum? Get to learn how the pattern works. You're liquidating yourself by doing a lot of mistakes. I'll call it mistakes, in which we are all emotional because, you might see the resistance over here, then try to go long. I can't disagree. We're all emotional. But I've been saying all along that was the top. We are now moving back down. So the price to look at for Ethereum, first target to look at Ethereum is at this level, first of all, for you to complete that information. You're looking at a target of 1035, which is now the support level of Ethereum. That's the target you're looking at on Ethereum. I've already talked about Bitcoin, the support level you're looking at. But with Ethereum, what I need you guys to understand with Ethereum, we are having a gap to fill over here. And there it is. You're having a gap to fill over there. Between $915 to 1035, that's a nice zone for it to fill. If it's able to fill, let's say the A segment arrives at this point, and then B is able to rise higher than the 5, then that might have been the bottom of the crypto market. B goes higher, retests back to C, then you move higher. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No one knows. No one knows. We are having inflation data coming out on Wednesday. Will it be high? Will it be low? No one knows if it will be high, if it will be low. No one knows. You're all anticipating for that drop or that pump that will happen in the markets. No one knows what's going to happen. If inflation data is quite high, then we are talking of a drop of the ocean within Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto assets. If you're talking of a pump, you're talking of a huge pump. Okay, if inflation is able to be tamed using the monetary and the fiscal policies, then you are moving back higher. Because now you're asking yourself, is this the bottom? First of all, you need to give the Fed time for the policies to work. You need to give the Fed time for the policies to work. If the policies won't work, then they'll have to go aggressive by using other means. But always give them time for them to work within themselves. That's why I've said at least an average of 3 to 4 months can give us an idea of what is happening. Are we going to experience stagflation? Has inflation hasn't peaked? Are you going to impose stagflation, or what is simply going to happen within the global market? We need to have those kind of segments within the market to be able to know why you should trade, where you should trade us, because it seems like we're heading back to the $19,000 level. If the inflation data is quite bad on Wednesday, then we might even have a continuous drop to even 15K or 14K or 13K or maybe 18K. But if it's good, why can't we pump from 20K to 26K, 25K, 28K? That's a nice relief pump. You know, if it's neutral, then what happens? If it's neutral, if it's what you're forecasting, remember last time it was at 8.6%. If it's neutral, it's still at the 8.6%, then that's good. The market is still stagnant. You don't know where you're heading to. We really don't know where we might be heading to if it is stagnant. If it's not stagnant, be careful with the volatility. So a lot of volatility is being expected this week. I should be expecting you to at least book profits within yourselves if you are a trader currently in the market. If you're making losses, that's part of trading. Now, I've talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see what's happening to altcoins. Altcoins, for example, let me head back. Let me just take a bit of some trade and talk about the SP 500. Look, when immediately the market opened, there was just movement up, back up, 3,884, then boom, down. 3,851, and it's pumping back up. You can see it's pumping back up within the 15-minute time frame. You can see there's a bit of a divergence over here within the relative strength index. It's moving back up. So it's short, it's telling you within the 15-minute time frame, remember to pay yourself. If not paying yourself, you're lying to yourself. Remember to pay yourself. We've dropped from 3,880 to 3,858. Always remember to pay yourself in the global market. Wherever you're a trader, scalp trader, spot trader, pay yourself. Both the EMAs are now trying to converge over here. That now at the meeting point. Same thing happened over here. They were now at the meeting point. Then what happened? We had that last crash, pumped back up. What might happen over here? Mixture. Come back down, pump back up. Who knows? Who knows? The pattern never changes. The pattern is always the same in the markets. The pattern is always the same. So we'll see if Russia will stop supplying the oil the gas, the natural gas in the Europe countries. And another thing also that I'd like to talk about is especially Bitcoin. You're talking of Bitcoin as a digital asset, which is a hedge against inflation. I think we should all stop lying to ourselves that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. I think that's the idea of FOMO. So we're not seeing any kind of FOMO on that. So the only advice that I will give you for the viewers that be watching this video is just start having DCA, just start dollar cost averaging in the markets. Because now, if you're not talking of, I'm waiting for 10K, I'm waiting for 15K, you may never even get that 10K. It might drop to $5,000, $8,000. You may never know. It might even pump. Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe 18K was the bottom. It might even pump to maybe even 28K, then stagnate from there before the next bull run. Because I believe the bottom is almost in, but I think we should see more capitulation. No more play to earn, no more NFTs, no more metaverse, no more smart contracts, no more DeFi's, no more exchanges. Exchanges are now collapsing. We have 3AC Capital is dead, Voyager is dead. Okay, Coinbase are laying off workers. So these are nice capitulation that I'm enjoying in the market. These are nice dips for myself to buy. These are where the millionaires and the billionaires will be made. But if you're waiting for that top to see green candle, that's where poverty is being made in the market. So poverty will be made at the bull market, wealth will be created at the bear market. So that's it within Bitcoin. So first of all, I'm going to repeat it again. So we are waiting. You can see I've been drawing lines on the trend to look at. So we are now at this resistance point over here. So the next support you're looking at is 19,897. Then you can be able to close your long position if you kept your short long position. But if you're still keeping, if you've now begun shorting from here, please, I'll tell you, be careful unless you are now heading to a high risk, high reward ratio with the high leverage. But as of now, the market has already absorbed what's supposed to absorb. So we might drop from, we might not drop if you're shorting right now, but you might drop maybe later on, maybe tomorrow or maybe on Wednesday, but you might even drop further even today. No one knows, but I'm not expecting some huge volatility again movement because you started dropping from yesterday and you dropped even right now. So many shots are building up, but I don't think that will work as of now. So many shots are building up. I don't think that would work as of now, but the narrative has changed and people are now complaining. And I'm waiting for the completion of that information up to the price of $18,983. For further downturn, the completion will be 100% at the price of 17,900. The question is not how, but when. That's the question that's all lingering in our mind. Not how, but when. But now if we head over to our bookmap, large orders are not being allowed past $20,500, which is worth 632 Bitcoin. You can see it was a 632, just came off 503 back to 632. So it seems there's a large amount of BTC that has been limited, that the order has been limited at the price of 20,500. Meaning that if the price of Bitcoin will have to come from $20,400 to up from 20,500. If you're able to move above 20,500, we'll have to break that liquidity that is at $20,500, which is what was worth 632. Now it's ranging between 550 to 600. That's where a lot of limit orders are. The next grab of liquidity is at $20,200. That's now the buying limit. $10,200 now a level to look at. Look what you can see. There are still buy limit orders at $17,000. There are still buy limit orders at $17,500. There are still buy limit orders at $18,000. So there are large buy limit orders, especially at the price of $18,000 to $17,500. That will be the full completion of the M formation. We are moving up, but you're not moving significantly up. By significant up, I mean you're not moving effectively up. We are stagnating at 20,500 because there are large liquidities that have been placed here for the orders. You can now see we are now breaking 20,500 limit orders and might be executed from here. Now it's at 500 BTC. Then we come back to 20,600. So bulls are trying to push the price up, but is the volume enough for us to move above 10,600, 20,700 and 20,800. No, there isn't much volume spiking up. As you can see, there's large sell orders volume that is moving the market up. So people are now aggressively selling at the price of 20,500. Look, the book is becoming thinner. It was at 632 BTC. You're now seeing at 474. That means majority of people are now selling at this level. Look at the sell-out volume. It's coming high. Will it be higher than this? We'll be seeing large sell orders over here at 20,500. That amount of BTC is now disappearing from the market. Then you're moving back down 20,430. So large liquidation at 20,500. So if you're trying to go on a long position, if you're able to break the 20,500 currently within the 5 minute to 10 minute time frame, we might go bullish for a while. Where will the bullish momentum take us to? Is it 20,800 for the next liquidity? Is it 20,900? But remember, the whales had to have a stop hunt. By stop hunt, I mean they're trying to grab you to go long. And I'm going to open this chart on the 5 minute time frame. 15 minutes. Allow me to make it for 15 minutes. Look at that nice stop hunt over here. Now they pumped you from 20,337 back to 20,730. Then they were locking their liquidity at the price of 20,700 to 20,500. Then what happened all of a sudden? They dragged you down to the price of 20,273, and now they are opening their long position. We are now seeing those green vector candle, but that green vector candle hasn't been able to engulf the previous red vector candle. We're now seeing a green vector candle appearing from the price of $10,273 back to the price of $10,419. So it's a gameplay of the market maker. That's what you need to understand. It's called the gameplay of the market maker. Understand the market dynamics. That's what's happening within the global market. That's what's happening within the trade. So I've given other entries or trades to look at. That is on Bitcoin, on the different time frames that I'm looking at. But I'm not saying that they are guaranteed time frames. But if you're having a drop, I'm just looking at those prices of Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm looking for them to be able to fill at those prices. I'm also looking for Ethereum to be filled at those prices. Back down at 909 to 1037 for it to fill the completion of the gap of the M formation over here. So those are the gaps that I'm looking at within the market. I'm hoping that you're able to love the content and like the content, so you can like, subscribe, and also share to your friends if you love the content. And you can also comment on anything that you'd like me to talk about. Through the comments, I'll be able to check it out and maybe talk about it a bit. So I want you guys to enjoy yourself. Have a blessed day. We shall meet each other tomorrow, same time, at around 4:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. We'll do the session, same thing, same time. If anything changes, I'll be able to do the session at night, or I'll be able to do the session tomorrow morning. So have a nice day and peace. Enjoy yourself.